I'm ready. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's no worries. Seems like an obvious first question. Just given the stretch you guys have been through, how nice is it to get that victory when you go?
I was really happy with the way that we played as a group tonight, right? And it's obviously a lot of fun to win, but just the way that we did it tonight, it seemed like a more complete game. That we weren't chasing the game; we let the game come to us. But we also imposed our will a lot of times during the game, which we haven't done, I don't think, for sustained, 10, 15, 20 minutes maybe, but not for an entire game. And we had a lot of young guys in tonight, and I thought they did a fantastic job. It's always fun to see, new guys come in and battle and grind it out, and especially not an easy building to come into and win for guys in their first, second games. So I was proud of our guys, proud of our decor in today's, and Comms had a heck of a game too.
For a guy who loves to have fun in this game, I imagine the last week or two hasn't exactly been the greatest time. What can a victory do for not just you, but this club in general?
I mean, you just see what you need to do to be successful. You look at the game, and guys look at their tapes and look at things that you can clean up, right? But at the same time, you understand what makes how you win in this game. And I think one of the things is, when you jump on teams early, they score the first goal, but we come back and get 1 and 2, and they go up, and then you see how other teams start to open it up more, right? And when they open it up more, that's when, if you're disciplined, you can get your chances. And I think that our guys tonight, we did that, right? We weren't going to let the game get too big for us or too opened, too much, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? That wide open type of game, right? And I think that we stayed compact with our guys that are on the ice, and it was fun to watch. It was fun to be a part of. I think that when we move our feet and our defensemen get the puck out, and our forwards are getting up ice with speed, we're a lot more successful.
How important is it to be able to get some momentum heading into the All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's incredibly important that you look at our last 8 games or so, and you look at the next 2, this one and the next one. You have a couple days in between, but this is the time of year, right, where the playoffs aren't some distant fairy tale, that you're just going to arrive to, and just going to be amongst you. It starts with these games right here, and I think, in order to get yourself in a position to be where you want to be in a month, you need it to get stretches together, and this hopefully is a start of one.
It's hard to ignore that second period. I described it as sneaky good, but you scored twice. You only allowed 2 shots against. This team's been talking about wanting to be played hard and fast and hard to play against. Is that as close or as good a period as we've seen this season?
Yeah, I think we did a great job with. I thought our defensemen were skating, and I like to talk about our defensive side because I think that it really makes a big difference when our guys are moving and they get the puck up the ice. We're not dusting it off and trying to weave through and whatnot, and not just going in and dumping and getting off and getting guys in the neutral zone waiting for them to come back. I think it's when you look at our group, that's when we're really clicking, and I think. When you kind of go out and try and take over the game, and you take over the game with your speed and your neutral zone attack, I think that's a really big part of us to be a good team.
You lamented hitting the net in the past or missing the net on some of those shots of yours. How nice did it feel, or how good did it feel to get that one?
Yeah, you know what? It all starts with Casey, honestly, and I know that it doesn't seem like much, but when he shoots one early, it just pulls guys a little bit further away. You're cognizant of that shot. He scored a lot of goals in this league, and he's going to score a lot more. And when he gets that look in, it opens things up for other guys, and it opened a situation up for me. I felt like I was getting my pucks through tonight, and I think that the one in the third period, Adam Laos makes a great play. That's the one that you look at when it's all over, and you kind of your head in the sky, but. Yeah, I thought my legs felt great tonight. I thought we were jumping, and I thought we had a lot of jump on our back end.
You mentioned Eric Comrie, hasn't played since December 10th. Wasn't super busy, early on or in that middle period, but came up big in the third period on a couple good opportunities where really a goal their way makes a big difference. Just thoughts on his game?
Man, his patience tonight was, especially not playing, like you mentioned. That's a long stretch to go without playing. Usually you see a guy get in there, he's over he's overexcited to be in. He's excited to get out into plays and might, get himself in out of position because he's pushing so hard to get there. But I thought his patience tonight, on his angles, on his plays in front of him, wasn't scrambling for pucks, letting us do our job in front instead of trying to dive and scramble away. And I think it calmed our guys down a lot when you see a goaltender feel that, playing that way and have that type of poise back there, especially not playing for a long time.
Midway mark of the season, game 41. Where's this team at right now?
I mean, we won, so.
Looking for a long I got a right tomorrow, Nate. I didn't. I can't have you sell me out there on the last one.
We won a big game, big Central Division game. I think that this team, the identity of this team is what you saw tonight, right? And I think I like to hold myself to a pretty high esteem, and I like to hold our guys there too. I think you look at what we did tonight, and I think that should be your standard. That should be your benchmark in the way you play.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
It's a big win. It feels good. We knew we had 2 games before the break. We have a lot of games after. So, like we said before, the season goes by fast, and you can't be losing too many. And to come here tonight against a really good team at home, it felt really good. It felt good to get a win, to play well. Felt good to see Combs playing well back there, and hasn't played in a while. And he, when we made mistakes, he was always there for us. So it's a big win for everybody. I think everybody did a good job tonight, and now we go to Philly and try to do the same thing.
Speaking of playing well, that second period is probably going to be a template for you guys for a long time. You only give up 2, and then obviously you're able to score 2 of your own to build a 3-1 lead. What did you guys do so well in that second period? Probably defensively, and that likely led to the offense.
Yeah, I think that throughout the year, obviously results are what matters. It's winning games, but I think you want to go into the playoffs and into the playoffs race, and towards the end of the year you want to be playing the right way. Getting wins is obviously important, but getting them the right way is big. So when the playoffs start, the race starts, you're not searching for how to find space out there. And I thought in the second period, they're a good team, so we knew it wasn't going to be an easy game, and it felt like we did a lot of good things defensively without the puck. But I think whenever we're just sure of ourselves and defensively, what it's hard to play against is when teams are in your face. They don't think twice about pressuring you. Their stakes are good. Their bodies are good. They get support, and I thought that's what we did tonight.
Okay. What can a victory do for this team? I know it's just one win, but just given the stretch that you've been through, obviously this is supposed to be a fun game, and winning's the most fun. What do you think a victory could do for this team?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't too fun losing those games. It's frustrating. So, to win it helps, but I think to win the right way, and to know that if we play like this, and it's easy to say, harder to do. There's going to be ups and downs, but like I said, I think it's about building your game. You don't play the same way at the end of the year that you do at the start, and if you do, you're probably not in the playoffs. So for us to come in here against a good team, play the right way, I think it could really be a good thing for us, and now we have Philly and then the break, and then we play I think like 40 games in 81 days. So this I think this could be really good for us.
Crowd obviously reacted at the end to that play. What did you see on that play that led to the goal by Stassen?
Yeah. I mean, crowds always react when their home team doesn't get a call, right? Unless you don't have fans in the building, then nobody reacts. But yeah, it was fun I mean, honestly, it was fun to hear their enthusiasm, even if it was negative towards us. But yeah, I mean, they cheer their home team, and they let their feelings known. That's just how it is.
You guys have had some adversity, including some injuries, obviously, to that back end. To have the defense that you had, a lot of young guys, not a ton of experience in the deeper parts of it, to beat a tough team like St. Louis in their own barn, feels like it adds a bit of an element to the victory. Yeah,
they played really well back there. Not an easy team to play against. Big, physical, strong, good on forecheck, fast. Experienced offensive players. But it's funny. I mean, I'm not going to talk as if I'm a veteran. I'm still 23. But when you're a young guy and you come in, it's your first couple of games. You're just having fun out there. And I remember when I was in Columbus, when I was at the beginning of my career, they'd always say like my innocence. I just went out there and just played hockey, and that's what they did tonight. And I thought, for Villy and Covey, they keep improving, keep playing better and better. Chiz played in Detroit, played well, and played another good game tonight. But to have Schmitty and Dills and P for them, talking through the game, talking to them before the game, communicating, I'm sure it really helps. It helps the young guys a lot.
Given through what you've been through the whole first half of the season, we're at game 41 here, but it feels like almost 2 seasons packed into half a year. Just kind of your thoughts on the overall first half of the season and where you feel you're at right now.
Yeah, I think it's important to go through adversity, and we have still are. We have a lot of injuries, COVID, but every team goes through rough patches, and every team has injuries, and nobody feels bad for you at the end of the day. And for us, like I said, I think the important part is obviously winning, because that's what gets you in the playoffs. But it's improving, and it's getting better and better throughout the year. You don't want to go into the playoffs, even if you make them with 8 losses, or not playing well or not being happy with how you're playing, because you can't be searching for yourself in the playoffs because it's too late. So for us, the first half there's some positives that we'll retain and keep moving forward with, and there's negatives that we can learn from. But it's all part of an 82-game season. Thank you.
Oh, it feels great, and let's be honest, it's been a long time, and I thought we played a real solid game. And like I said, it's a hard league to win in, and every win is nice.
Yeah, take every victory, obviously every point's important. Did you feel the team, like, what can a victory do at this point? Now, I know it's only one game, but just given, what the guys have been through, maybe some of the adversity, some of the challenges, it's never fun to lose. What can a victory do for this club?
Well, I think it will let us relax a little bit. And like I said to them, I thought that game in Pittsburgh was probably one of the best games that we've played in a real long time. Then we come home and we make a couple mistakes, pucks end up in our net. And today we came and we executed. We played a real solid road game, and we managed the game the way that we need to.
You've talked a lot about playing hard and fast and hard to play against. You look at that second period in particular, you score twice, but perhaps even more importantly, you limit them to two shots. Playing that tough kind of bottled up game, is that as close to the identity as you want this team to play?
Absolutely. Anytime you can hold a team to two shots, that is, you're going to look at the reasons behind it. Obviously, we did a good job tonight checking from the middle of the ice, and we kept things out. And when we got extended, we didn't, we bent a couple times, we didn't break, and when we needed a save, Combs was outstanding.
Speaking of Eric Comrie, obviously hasn't played in a while. Nate Schmidt complimented just his patience in goal there tonight, not looking like he was kind of all over the place. What did you see from him, and what do you think a win like this one means to him after being out for a while? Huge.
Any time your backup wins a game, it feels great. And our expectation is we put him in the net, and the expectation is he's going to do whatever he can to give us a chance to win. He's been extremely patient. Obviously, COVID played a factor in him not getting a couple starts. But today he played with a lot of poise. He was confident. The puck hit him. He wasn't busy. He was nice and quiet, and he didn't give up any rebounds because he just absorbed everything.
What did the penalty kill do well? Obviously, they're pretty high up in the league rankings for power play. What did you guys do well on the kill?
Kept the shots outside, and I thought our guys did a really good job of getting under sticks in front of the net. And we got stung with a seam, but I thought that the resiliency, the pressure that we were able to put on, we didn't allow them a lot of quality zone time, and when they did get it, they had to play through us.
What do you say about the game of Pierre-Luc Dubois? He seemed like he just stuck out there on a couple different shifts. He uses his body the way you want a guy at his size to use his body. And this is overall sample size. I know we ask you a lot about him, but it just seems like another example tonight.
That's the game that he has to play every night, right? He's a big-bodied guy, and he's a hard guy to defend. And I like when he plays with a little anger in his game. And he played tonight like a man. He had a purpose, and you can see how good a player he is.
Game 41, so the exact midway mark of the season. I think you could argue it feels like two seasons packed into half of one, just given everything you've been through. Just when you look at every, from the injuries, the coaching change, all these things, where do you feel the team's at here as you head into what will be a really important second half of the season?
Well, I think we're in a position where we just got to focus in and keep our mindset, our goal simple. And it is, it's cliche. We don't like where we're at right now. We know that we're going to have to play better here in the second half. But if we can build off of the effort tonight and go back and talk about what we did in Pittsburgh on the road to give us an opportunity, we'll be a team that is very good.
Thanks.